Welcome back, racers. I'm sorry, welcome back, Earth Waste enjoyers. And also welcome to our racers, octopuscal and AndyPerfect. I am joined by Dark Alexander.
Howdy, howdy.
Also, thank you, Tax Slug, for that raid. We've got a barn burner of a race tonight. We've got the GOAT, octopuscal. I think he won the last one of these. Holds still most of the world records for this game in most categories. And then the OG AndyPerfect, both legends in their own right. Andy, a long time, just legend of the community. Two Titans tonight, both 3-0, undefeated so far. That changes tonight.
Yes, bound to be a good race. Very excited to see how this one turns out. It has been a beyond exciting day of boogie racing, so wrapping it up with the cream of the crop.
Yeah, for sure. We are off. Going through the little opening cutscene. We'll see some. I expect to see octopuscal's. What I always note about him is that his pathing is always just super tight. And it's not going to make a difference in like the first hill climb, but I expect to see like just really smooth pathing in this first hill climb, not bonking on anything. And
Uko
we will
gets
have
it.
the cream.
The cream rises to the top.
Yeah. Opening the correct bets.
I don't know if I can keep this up for an hour.
No, probably not. All right. Octo opting to get the bat on the third pass. I did mention last race that you see some runners do that occasionally, just because it can save like a couple of frames if Tracy happens to get in your way on the first. If you get it the first time through, she can get in your way. There's no Tracy in that room on the third pass. So Octo, not fearing forgetting on the third pass. That's the risk. That's the trade-off. Is that you do it the third time around, and then if you forget, well, you're just out of luck because you got to go back. But yeah, Octo always super consistent. Not worried at all about that.
Nice to see everybody's little variations for this run. It's a comparatively short run to the full game series, but there's so much little nuance to it, and everybody's got their little quirks. So seeing these two throw their style and flair onto it's always fun.
Yeah, it's always fun when like there's a. I don't think we've had a Racer X this tournament, but it always is kind of fun to like try to identify who that is just by their little quirks. And we have Andy's round 3 time is better than all of Octo's so far this tournament, according to Uko, who's looking at the statistics. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Octo. Everyone's terrified of Octo because he, held world record in this category for a long time and still holds most of them. And it's just always consistent as heck. But anything can happen, especially with the runner of Andy's caliber.
As we've seen in spades tonight, Boogey is just going to boogie, and
Mm-hmm.
both of these runners are more than capable of dealing with whatever it's going to throw at it, but it's sometimes the game just wants to do what it wants to do.
Yeah, hopefully we are done with like just ant deaths and like other garbage deaths. I think all 4 of you took a death somewhere in that quad.
It was a bloodbath.
Yeah. And like some of you even 2 or 3. It was an absolute massacre. Saturday Night Massacre. All right. Octo is ahead by a couple seconds just from all that super consistent pathing. And Earthbound will quickly, you know, make that irrelevant, but you never know. We've certainly seen closer races than that tonight. I think it was 0.6 seconds between Ari and Blink.
Yeah, it was within a second for sure.
Yeah.
It was right down to the wire. The levels ended up playing the difference.
That's that's flashback. I had a race that was just like that against Lyra in 2023. I am gonna have to watch that back. I was asleep for that one. All right. So Octo is juking a crow and despawning a dog at the same time.
Nice work on that one. Ooh, and
Andy
got
is
a whole
kind of
zoo
pincered here. He's gonna have to stutter around the snake just to despawn the dog, and then stutter back past the snake. And that's even if he doesn't take the fight, that costs time.
Oh no,
the dog
is
is
just
back.
still there.
He's just gonna fight the snake. I unblame him.
Those iframes to boogie past that, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Octo already up the hill. Yeah, Uko is a bloodbath. You missed it. You swear Octo's moments from being able to read RNG on the fly? It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, maybe a little. He does run manip as well. Which isn't to say he is manipping, but if he were to recognize if he were able to recognize RNG, wouldn't put it past him to have that memorized somehow. Even though it's really not humanly possible.
It does seem like some of the top runners here just have such an understanding of the game that it seems like they can see what things are coming. And it's like even just the menuing difference between like the mid tier and the top tier, it's quite a stark difference.
And honestly,
nothing
there
is
is
as simple as it seems.
There is something to that. Like there is, we feel the lag on the slug grind when we do the mouse stuck, right? But even like just a single spawn, the top runners that are really cute in this game will just feel that single lag frame and know there's something ahead of them.
Yeah, and that comes into play huge once we get into that slug grind even, just the time difference that can make with accidentally despawning a slug pack if you don't notice it right away.
Yeah. Alright, so Octo getting a 125 on his first hit for Starman Jr. That's more than half its HP.
Couple of guards too.
Yeah, these are fast turns for Starman Jr. Not the fire animation that takes forever. Yep, there it is.
Andy on his way back down the hill. Ooh, and another
big smash. That was a fantastic Starman Jr. Octo out of Starman Jr. before Andy even gets there.
Yeah, 720 Starman is super righteous.
Yeah, it's double guard and I think maybe also a freeze. Is that right?
I missed the freeze on that one, but I would believe it. That was very, very fast.
Yeah, sub 730 Starman. I don't know about illegal. Like I've done it before too, but it's hard. You really are just banking on super great RNG. Speaking of RNG, Andy now entering the Starman Jr. fight. There's the fire.
He's going to chew up a couple extra seconds just from all those extra text boxes. 79 is not great, but not the worst either. We can still get a big hit on the second round to keep it in a 2-cycle range.
Like either of the hits that Octo got would do it. On guard, 102, not quite. Maybe we get to the chip damage kill from Picky or Ness. Maybe if it Ness smash, no. That always sucks when you're 10 HP away, and it's like, yeah. But
and there's
I'm
the
hitting
charge
for
forward,
one,
of course.
Yeah, of course. Andy is also down to 6 HP, 8 now, but he'll have to figure out how he's gonna. Oh. There we go, 21. That's still not a great amount to be going into the Pogo Punk fight with. So, well, he's gonna have to figure out how he's gonna heal from that.
Yeah, that is a predicament. Yeah. Octo getting a couple of dog spawns here, but nothing too crazy. Heading off to pick up Mr. Baseball Cap.
Yeah, a minute 30 delta already between these two runners.
Just from Starman is wild.
I mean, there was also the hill. Andy got that gross snake dog combo. So yeah, one cycle on the Starman, and then also all the attempts at despawning, and then having to fight the snake anyway on top of it. It was gross.
Yeah, that hill climb, while not being super dangerous, can just bleed time like nobody's business.
Mm-hmm. You always bet on Andy? I forgot to bet on this, but I'm looking at the bets. It is a 51-49 split on the wagers between Octo and Andy, which, you know, honestly sounds about right.
Yeah, I can't fault anyone for betting on either of these folks.
We are... Oh, Andy getting pursued by crows, just kiting this one around to despawn the other. And a snake, gross. This game needs to stop throwing all these 5% spawns at Andy. Octo got past his first pogo already without issue. I think he did eat his bread roll.
Yeah. A quick pogo fight. Going into Yes Man with a nice amount of HP. Roll through this one.
Mashing that Yes Man Jr. We are going to have to heal again before Frank. We're going to use a life up for it. Still got 10 PP, which is plenty. And Frank's going to talk dirty to us.
Still
we are only hitting for 15, so this is going to take 5 hits probably. Yeah, I'm doing the safe thing and healing on this this last hit.
Good call, good call. That was a very nice Frank fight.
Yeah, that was clean.
A charge forward for Andy here.
Yeah, I wasn't on the first hit though, so he is able to finish that fight out. Ooh. That was safe for Octo, he did have the heal queued up.
Frankenstein down.
At 1250, that is a fantastic time. Yeah, sub 13 Frankenstein is frankly unreasonable for race. That's what you want to see. That's what a top runner wants to see on like PB attempts if they're like trying to get sub 102. Octo is insane, but also so is that RNG he's getting. He get a fantastic Starman. Frank talked dirty to him a whole bunch. They say it's better to be lucky than good. Octo is just frequently both.
Yeah, it helps to be both.
Alright, meanwhile, Andy's getting knifed a whole bunch.
Having to dip into the burger stash there.
Yeah. He is hitting for 17. Hopefully that means this is a 4-hit fight for Andy. It was 5 for Octo, but Octo also didn't have to heal nearly this much.
All right, Frank is down. Those misses always make me nervous. Down through all of his burgers there, so a little extra shopping for Andy. Hopefully the Frankenstein fight goes a little smoother. At least that one's predictable.
Yeah.
Octo's
As long
in the
as
burger shop.
Ness doesn't miss, this should be okay. We are gonna try to mash out the 22 heal. Okay, it was a light punch anyway. We're okay.
Oh, Octo opting to not skip the burger shop instead. The old muscle memory there just kicking in.
Doc Swellman in chat saying that Octo's non-manip record for full glitchless that Octo has, probably one of the best EV speedruns of this generation, maybe of all time. Absolutely. He
I'm not
smashed
gonna argue with you, Doc.
Like it was just such a charmed run, and then also his skill on top of it. I think he broke the record by like 7 minutes in that run, and it was already his own record.
Yeah, that run is just absolutely bananas.
It's very likely that it will stand for at least several more years, and there's gonna have to be some new tech discovered before anyone can challenge it, I think. Anyway, Andy is through, and he is gonna go talk to the mayor. Meanwhile, Octo already into Giant Step, before the 16-minute mark. Got some slugs.
Counting down from 22.
Yep, for those who are just joining us tonight, this is the only grind section of the run, even in the full game glitchless run. We just cannot beat Titanic Ant without the PSI Rocket Attack, the first one. Because he comes with little healing minions, and we just need the AoE. And he's also just, you know, kind of a jerk. And we want those big hits on him. Octo also knows where all the spawn tile lines are in here. I mean, this is true. Just because those triggers all lie along the RNG3 lines that they use in Manip.
Only 3 slugs on that one.
So yeah, I would assume just from routing Manip, that Octo is intimately familiar with exactly where all those lines are. Getting the mouse stuck. Yeah, even if you know where every spawn line is, this setup is just too good to pass up, at least for your like first 12 slugs.
Yeah, this find made this section so much less frustrating, at least for me personally. Way easier on the hands too, with all the stuttering.
Yeah, because you're like returning to the community after a bit of a hiatus. So you were around before this strat became meta. If I'm correct.
Yeah, I was just seeing this when I had kind of fallen out of it, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna have to try that, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, I imagine that you just have to try to stutter around mice all the time. It'd be super frustrating.
So that's 12 for Octo. Andy into the first slug pack.
Gets a pair here, so that's gonna be 14. We'll see if he opts to do finish his grind on the first floor. Maybe take a second floor 4-pack instead. Meanwhile, Andy now reaching the mouse stuck spot, beginning his grind. Ness is missing.
18 for Octo.
Yeah, Octo's gonna have to heal because Ness missed, and all the slugs decided to chew on him. So it is gonna slow things down a little bit. Slugrind was found late 2023, really? Because that's around when I started, and I didn't realize it was that new at the time. Yeah, I feel like it's been around longer too, but like I said, before my time, so I can't be sure. Octo has gone up to the third floor, getting the six-pack anyway. Maybe his count
You
was
know what? If
different
it's right
than I
there,
thought.
why not?
I mean, there's extra slugs in it, that's why not, but...
Yeah, well. There was also some Antoids up there, so I guess you probably could have done the math on it, but
yeah.
I think just for safety's sake, get it out of the way.
Yeah, Ari also pointing out that there's a very nice visual cue of where the spawn trigger is for the mouse duck as well, just on that little rock sprite that just happened to be placed at the perfect position. So Octo getting out of the first area of Giant Step at the 2030 mark, which is pretty solid still. Maybe not quite a legendary pace anymore, but still pretty good. Ooh.
Ooh, and a red swirl on that one. The lag was not cooperating.
Yeah, there must have been like a six-pack below off screen that was causing a heck of a lag. We have Antoid D already? This is disgusting.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, he's just gonna use
blast them to the earth and dip back out for another butterfly, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's not even worth trying to bash that out. It would just take far too long, even if you survived. So that is gonna give Andy a chance to close the gap a little bit, at least.
And the butterfly being coy as well.
Schmetterling, I think is what Uko said it is in German.
Yep.
The shy Schmetterling. Andy now also dealing with some lag. Gets an Antoid slug fight. Octo stuttering this Antoid. He must not have the offense. I'm sure he would know if he did. Yeah, Octo is now in the red against this splits. So that those Antoids certainly slowed him down. Andy now finished with his slow grind, getting his butterfly. So yeah, this gap is closed considerably.
Starting with a defense down for Octo there.
Yeah, and a 98 on the first rockin', which is very good. 50 on the second is pretty weak. And we're getting the strong bites.
He's able to get the life up off.
Yeah, as long as the shield doesn't go up, though, this ant shouldn't take too many hits. Like maybe 4 hits.
Take all the magnets we can get at this point.
Oh, the shield is up. Okay. Shield was up. It's down again.
Got Andy into the ant fight too.
Yep.
It did make up some ground for sure.
First rockin' for Andy is a 75. Just kind of middling. Octo is first one out of the ant fight. See how much ground Andy can gain here. Oh, gross. Second rockin' misses the ant. We now have to bash this out from 75. Ant still isn't shielded though, so this can go faster than you think. If he just wastes turns, which he's not, he's biting, but at least the shield isn't up.
Yep, defense down is alright. Nice heal from the burger.
Yeah, defense down on maggot is what you really want to see. This should do it. Oh, big
smash,
69.
that helps.
Okay. Actually, it wasn't enough.
Nice.
I was closer than that. And now the shield is up again. He's got to be very close, though. Yeah, there it is.
Goes.
Alright, so what, we're about a minute delta now?
Yeah, just about that. That's definitely reasonable.
Yeah. Of course, trying to make up a minute against Octo is a bit of a taller order than trying to make up a minute against other runners.
Yes, we're basically anyone else you'd feel all right about that, but I think Andy's got enough background in this to know how things are going. Keep your wits about you. This can turn at any point.
Yeah, Andy is definitely capable of it. And at the end of the day, it's still Earthbound. Anything can happen. It's not like Octo's never lost a race before.
Yes, even if you can't count on a mistake, you can always count on Earthbound being Earthbound.
Yeah, even without a death, just RNG fluctuations could change the outcome of this race. Andy fight Everdread to win, says Uko.
Those are those next level strats you just don't think about.
You gotta get that Everdread XP. Grab the exit mouse and buy the refreshing herb.
Into the cop gauntlet for Octo, a couple of weak hits and a crushing chop there. So gonna have to start off with a heal on the next fight, but out of that first one.
Yeah, honestly though, getting past first cop before having to heal is still pretty solid. We're gonna go into the PSI, so we won't see a rocket on fourth cop. Which isn't always great in the race anyway, because oftentimes it hits for less than 75 and then you're bashing it anyway, and then you have to heal with another life up, and then you don't have 2 rockets for strong anymore.
Yeah, that just feels bad.
Octo also using the auto fight to save the menuing frames, and just canceling it when he needs to heal.
Just an absolute madman.
Okay, he is bashing here. Regular bashing. Yeah, it saves frames as long as you can perfectly cancel, which we did actually. I don't know if you saw, Uko. We did figure out how cancel works and why it feels so janky. But I'll save that for when we're on the Tucson walk.
Big smash to finish that one off. Starting with 80 HP for the strong fight. It's going to be a nice setup for Octo there.
So we have a 2 cop difference right now. Yeah, that is correct, Uko. That is what we figured out. Specifically, it is when a number is rendered in the battle text, like a damage number or a healing number. And I think there are other certain ones that that don't have a number associated that have the check in it anyway. But yeah, there was we finally looked into it after an incident in randomizer. But I should say that still after we finished strong on both sides.
Oh no, big hit.
Ooh,
and the
big
outspeed
hit.
there is nice.
Yeah, we are down to 15 PP, which means we're gonna have to bash strong somewhat. Rockin' cannot hit for enough.
Grabbing the burger on the walk to Tucson there. We got the first rocking off for Andy. 91 is a nice hit.
Yeah, that's should be 2 hits from there. Ooh, big submission. Have to eat another burger.
Oof. Choosing to bash that one out, and Strong is down.
All right, so 28 and the 29-minute one. Under 30 is still great. So both runners are. This is a good time for both runners. But yeah, still that minute delta there. But yeah, anyway, there was a randomizer issue where someone got soft locked in auto fight because it was similar to a mutual paralysis soft lock, but it wasn't paralyzed. It was just there was no battle message that was possible that would check to see if it was possible to cancel auto fight at that moment. I forget exactly what the setup was that led to it.
That's really wild. I learned something
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, the game just could not check to cancel auto fight ever because the right battle messages, where it checks if you're holding that B button, that they just couldn't happen anymore. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it was.
You tune into the Earthbound Super Series for, folks.
I would have to, dig into the Discord and figure it out, and anyone can dig in the Discord if they feel like it. It really is just kind of the most Earthbound programming thing ever. How should we cancel this? Oh, when you set an event for when you press the B button? No, we'll just check on a particular frame if the B button is being pressed or not. Which may or may not happen.
Door despawns for Octo here into the second room of Fart Cave.
It was programmed by Gygus. It is a nightmare of spaghetti code, from everything I've heard. Which kind of reflects the stories we've heard about its development and how it took forever. I think they restarted from scratch at one point after they brought new talent in because he decided it was faster than trying to fix the existing code. But it made a pretty good game in the end, so can't fault them too much.
Yeah, I think they made it all work, all things considered.
And we are doing a little, not quite a fetch quest, but we fed Apple Kid, now we gotta go wander over and look at the pencil statue, and then come back, and then he'll have miraculously made us something to deal with the obstacle. Yeah, I think it was Iwata that stepped in.
High five here at the sign.
Octo knowing exactly how far he has to be from that sprout to avoid triggering its aggro. That looked a little close to me, but it wasn't. I mean, that despawning of enemies, it's I don't know, it's a feature so much as just a consequence of having enemies being sprites on screen that you have to run into to start a battle, because they can't just render every sprite, whether it's on screen or not. That would just take up too much memory. So they cull them as like a memory saving feature, and then just a side benefit is that you're able to just despawn enemies.
Andy also making very good use of the knowledge of the aggro radius of those sprouts, able to just bomb back through there.
Right, so I think our runners are about to high five in the fart cave here in a moment. Maybe right outside it. Yeah, right at the door. Andy finishing his second pass through, Octo beginning his third. So this is still pretty close. Do not read into the implications of what the door of the fart cave is.
What if we high-fived in Fart Cave?
All right, pencil eraser used for Octo at the about 3430, entering PRV proper. Getting some gross spawns. Feeling that lag off screen, going back. It just knows there's something ahead. Ugh.
Yeah, and this corner in particular is just so rude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can get into a real despawn puzzle. And if you don't do it right, you just get pincered.
Nice work getting that tree stuck on other tree. Just cruising along through. Did not see the butterfly pickups there, but presumably Octo's got plenty of psychic points for happy.
We're kind of the UFO is stuck. Octo recognizing that, going wide to the right to avoid it, and gets through. That could have become a pincer. Saves his RA points at well. Getting through PRV at 36 minutes. Andy now using the pencil eraser on his side, about to make the same walk. I mean, it's 64 pixels basically on each side. Is when they start spawning in. Yeah, just a little bit off screen.
Ooh, and Andy getting the sprout and the UFO. This is an ugly fight.
UFO does get hit by the rockin', so
very nice. It's a hard one to hit with the rockin', just with how high speed they have. So able to get out without too much difficulty.
Yeah, we'll have to pick up another butterfly. Not really an issue. There are 2 spawns ahead of us. All right, and cabin fight begins for Octo. Got 1 shot on A, 1 shot on B.
1 shot on B.
The trifecta. You love to see it.
Yahtzee.
The Octo luck has returned. Will Andy get the big HP level up after Car Painter? We'll see. We'll see it when he reaches headquarter cultist. Hopefully that's when we see it. If we see it sooner, then something has gone wrong.
Egg.
Andy juking a tree. So Andy about a exactly 2-minute delta at PRV, end of PRV. And 2 minutes is honestly kind of a lot of time to try to make up against Octo, because he's not gonna have much of an issue in Pond Cave. You can't count on that.
Cultist B, but a big smash. And Cultist C, and another smash.
Just a bloodbath here.
Just whacking and stacking on Octo's side here.
Yeah, bodies hitting the floor. All right, that'll be the big HP up for Octo, I'm sure. Only 15. So he's got 51. I think he feels comfortable going into Car Painter with 51. And 30 PP, yeah. See, no reflex.
Andy getting into shack fight here.
Rockin's doing decent damage on Octo's side. Okay, Cultist A one shot. Oh,
Did
whiffs
not work.
the other two enemies.
Rude.
So he's got a. Oh, and we have Cultist C. Okay. Had the second Rockin queued up already. Probably a good thing. Has to do a third. That's pretty gross. Lightning fast Octo.
Through Carpainter here.
Right at the 40-minute mark. So Andy does get his big HP up now, because he had that call for help and the UFO. But does escape with his life. Has to kind of bank on Carpainter and this next cultist being okay, because he can't really afford to, visit the BMB at this point.
Double A.
All Octo has to do with a significant amount of potential to change his time is Graveyard and Winters. And I suppose Boogey himself.
I feel like I don't worry so much about not having the psychic points for Carpainter as I do for situations like this where the call for help start raining. More often than not, at least for me, the Carpainter fight's usually coming down to when am I going to finally get a reflect.
I was momentarily distracted by this intriguing story by the strongest kid in my gym class in chat about popping the question to his now fiance and the seagull making eye contact with him at the exact moment and then taking a massive dump. Wow, this mole warp for Octo too. Also lightning fast.
Wow, what a bruiser.
I hope that doesn't.
The strongest mole.
Yeah, the strongest mole in my gym class. I don't know. Okay, we do get some reflect action, which we really need. We really are banking on Carpainter doing some heavy lifting for this fight, because we have no Rockins, and he's not cooperating. So this gap is actually widening at this point. There we go. All right, so AndyPerfect now also finished with Carpainter. Got to go to the mole warp. Nearly 3-minute delta at this point. Yeah, 68 reflect. That's a pretty low roll. I think the variance on the lightnings is pretty wide. But 68 is really, really bad. Just about like 2 minutes 50 seconds, I think, is about where it's at. Octo had a basically perfect mole warp too, so yeah, it basically counted as 3 minutes, honestly.
Yeah, pretty limited opportunities to make up a lot of ground.
Also, Leslie noting I missed. Andy did mash out a heal at 21 HP. Carpainter's a fairly long name, so that's not super easy for sure. This is actually kind of RNG that it's even possible to mash that out. Left theater by Octo, not surprised to see it at all. It is slightly faster, so of course he does it.
I hadn't even considered the text of like the length of Carpenter's name being a factor in that. That's kind of bananas.
Oh yeah, it is slightly easier to mash out a heal on Frank than it is Frankie Stein Mark II. I think it's where you notice it the most. And Chad is discussing Peen Train's lyrics to the Tucson theme, which we cannot hear because we're on the side stream, or I'd be tempted to attempt it. But I would just be completely out of sync, so I will not. Mole also not being super cooperative. Missing. Okay, Apollo's down. And it's being absent-minded. Andy can use that chick to get it out of his inventory if he wants. Alright, he's down. So yeah, definitely a 3-minute plus gap between our runners now. Yeah, you can also sync basket case. I am one of those melodramatic fools. I have no idea if that was on sync or not.
We're calling it a win.
I'll take it. Yeah, Peen Train is a treasure of the community. Alright, right bus for Octo, he's out of here. Yeah, we were in Octo's audio anyway, so it definitely wasn't in sync. I don't even think we're on the right music. The Soundstone bus. Or trumpet player bus. Buy the house bus. Slug ungifting a sub to Uko in chat. The meta narrative of the category that the tent is the big threat. I mean, it has overrun the town with zombies. And you know, like, the zombies, they hang out in a graveyard, and also apparently Threed is like the only town in Eagle Land that has like this massive graveyard. Like, I don't know if like just everyone sends their loved ones to be buried here or what. Like, but also, are the zombies actually like dead people? Because they don't really like go into that at all. Like, they're just kind of monsters that appear. That just happen to be undead themed. Where's the Walking Dead Eagle Land?
I would watch that spinoff.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Alright, Octo has met the strange lady.
Zombie bonk.
Andy, I am once again asking for a single fight with decent luck. Yeah, you've really kind of been dealt garbage RNG this entire run, honestly. I have no idea how Octo gets as good as luck as he does. I don't know if he just got like, maybe he like, takes his console over to like a shrine to Ebisu to to, to stream from or what. I don't know.
You don't want to know where that horseshoe's placed, Leslie.
It's at the door to Fart Cave, of course.
Feds cracked the code.
Is it possible he just knows the RNG and is like doing manip in his head? Not really. But like if anyone on this earth, if anyone on Earth had actually figured that out, it would be Octo. But it is so far beyond what is probably humanly possible.
The fact that they can carry Manip as far as they do already is just absurd in my mind. I can't wrap my brain around that. Maybe it's because I can't help but overmash every menu I've ever played, but it's just so much to keep track of. And watching folks correct it in real time is even more ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, they have those backups like planned in advance. Generally.
Yeah, that's true, Uko. The 8 arms does at least help with the mashing control. You can cover all of the buttons on the controller.
Octopuses are supposed to be like really smart too, actually.
The only Earthbound novel I'm aware of is the one that Daniel RGT posted. And that's the only one I need in my life.
Yeah, Daniel should like submit that to AO3.
100% worth the read.
Huh. Today I learned that there is a Earthbound novelization of Mother 1 and 2 in Japanese. Is it like officially licensed or is it just is it I know that like there's like looser copyright laws in Japan, I think, which is like how certain fan work markets can exist in the open there. Oh, they are official. That's neat. I'm glad that that there is now official Kanan, Tony, and Jeff shipping. I mean, like Itoy already said that yeah, Tony's gay. But it's cool to have that. Anyway, get your gay testes out. Here, they're thespians. Where's the Tessie Glizzy? I do not know of the Tessie Glizzy. I'm gonna have to ask Peen Train about a Tessie Glizzy later, I guess. I think I don't understand Japanese copyright law because I know there's like a huge market of quote unquote fan work, and that's allowed to be fairly open. I don't know. Are we ready to first proto fight for Octo? Oh, there's Proto B again. Proto B made several appearances in the quad that we just had. We're gonna eat that egg. Egg. Proto B's down. Octo lives. Low on HP. I don't think he grabbed a bread from a safety dog or anything. So we're just gonna have to skip this duck, maybe. Oh, that was kind of unfortunate when it decided to move. Actually. Oh, that's gonna work out. Actually, I think. Come on, just a little more to the left.
Jimmy on over. You can do it. There you go.
There we go. That should hold. Oh, maybe. Okay. All right, I can reach the croissant and heal. Oh, Monkey messes up. Yet another second proto skip.
Just stop it with the monkey already.
Ooh, we're on dicey HP, but we do live.
Clutches that one out.
So Octo now with 6 HP. We'll see if he chooses to take the Brick Road heal, or if he just, you know, okay, he's gonna take a save here. That is a little faster than asking Brick Road to heal you.
Andy hopping on the old Tessie ride.
Octo deciding he doesn't like any of these sprite setups. I think he does not want to risk the death. This one he feels like he can stutter. And he's right. Meanwhile, second Tessie is over on Andy's screen. You've had one Tessie, but what about second Tessie? Wow.
Oh, monkey!
Oh, that stupid monkey.
Got him by the tail.
It is just a single slug. So we are actually going to survive that fight. Incredibly. 2 slugs is probably what might have been a different story. Gonna pull this mouse down for a smoother stutter around the top. Grab the safety burger. Devour it immediately.
Just
Ooh.
trying to plow through with the stutters, but that mushroom is not in a friendly spot.
Yeah. Which we are finding out new ways to deal with those potentially, but they're not super consistent, and it's like brand new information. And maybe hasn't even been made it over to the Japanese Discord yet, so Not gonna try that.
Monkey with a finishing blow on the slug, actually showing up to do something useful.
Yeah. So Octo with low HP again. But, you know, you only need one to get through. We're going to try to stutter through these slugs.
Splitting the uprights
through
there.
it. Meanwhile, Proto B has made an appearance again on Andy's side of the screen.
And did.
Duck moving into good skip position. Again, just a little bit too late to actually do it because we've already walked past it. All right, Octo is through. So now the only thing left that can really decide this race is the Boogey tent itself, or maybe like a zombie dog.
No cave boy shenanigans.
Oh my god, we have a second proto skip.
Wow, it is possible.
You wouldn't have known from tonight until now. Yeah, pretty clean first room for Andy. He's gonna despawn the slug there, and it's just gone now. Does have to despawn these slugs, but pretty good pond cave for Andy, at least the first two rooms. So kind of keeping things within the realm of possibility here.
Come on, mushrooms. Apparently decided to save all of the spawns in Pond Cave for the very last room.
Come on. Not like this, man. Alright, does get past that part. Now we just have the final shroom. What is the percentage? You know, I'd have to look, which I can't actually do. Which I may as well during this cutscene. Each of those spawn plates is 60%. And the shrooms up top are 70. So actually fairly high. But not insurmountably so. Right, Octo has landed at 104. Andy boarding his Skyrunner at 104. So we are a Skyrunner apart, basically.
Vortex skip feels good.
Yeah. Always nice to skip that little bit of text. Not surprised at all by Octo nailing it. We'll grab the safety bear. No safety save. We're going to risk it for the biscuit. All comes down to Jeff's bottle rocket. Defend, BBR. Paula takes mortal and is 423, so that's actually going to save Octo some time. That's it. GG Octo.
Boogey down. GG's for Octo.
I don't know. That's going to be a 105 still, even without the Paula text. But it'll be a low 106 for sure.
Yeah, still a hell of a good race time.
Yeah, 106.9. Honestly, the split was a little late.
I think that officially makes Octo our first undefeated runner in the qualifiers here.
It does indeed. I don't think there are any races scheduled for tomorrow yet. That may change, of course. There are 4 pairs that haven't set a time yet. Monday's gonna. Oh wait, we do have an event on Sunday though. We have the PK Scramble mini tourney. That's gonna be on RPG Limit Break actually.
That ought to be a good time.
Yeah. So that's going to be the four champions of our PK Scrambles tournaments, which is Charging Charles, Mick McGurk. I think Brooke won the third one, and then Lantro won the fourth. And they'll be doing a little mini bracket with of 3 different seeds. Yeah, Chargles. All right. Time to kill another tent. Defend, BBR. Bear takes a nice hit for us, and does 511.
Fucking ought to do it. Oh, not quite. I spoke too soon.
And it's down. It looks like it's going to be at noon Eastern. There is an event in set in the Discord. And GG Andy. It's like that 3-minute delta persists.
Very well run race for both.
Yeah. Andy dealt with some real gross RNG and kept it a pretty good time.
Yeah, with everything that happened to Andy, to still end up with a low 109 is quite excellent. And honestly, if there only a handful of people would have beaten that race time on most normal days.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And here comes Trick or Trick Kid to congratulate him on persevering.
Hey, look at me, guys!
Yeah, sub 110. GG Andy. So yeah, RPG Limit Break. Can we do a shout out for RPG Limit Break? Someone that actually has a sword. There we go. Yeah, that's where it's going to be at. Noon tomorrow Eastern. PK Scrambled Mini Tournament. And then we've got races again on the 6th. Let's see. There's one at 6 p.m. that I don't know that has a restreamer yet. But I'm also, there's going to be a quad. I'm going to be racing Peen Train alongside Rain and MB Genie. That'll be a heck of a matchup.
That'll be a fun one. Best of luck to you.
Thank you. Yeah, it'll be a heck of a quad with Rain and MB Genie in there as well. And Oxus and Lord Taco also racing at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So that'll lead into that quad. All right. Does anybody have a raid target? Bob Ross doesn't allow raids. Wow, rude. Yeah, RPG Limit Break isn't live yet. They don't have anything going on at the moment, or I would suggest that. Go for it, Slug.
Do it to it. Thanks for everybody joining us. Have a wonderful evening.
Yeah. See you at RPG Limit Break on Sunday, and then see you on Monday for some races.